Peppa's muddy puddles distract you from the fact that her town might be a looping simulation watched by vegetables and narrated by a god. Look closely, or you'll miss the nugget buried in the mud. Number 1. The Forgotten Piglet in the Window. There's a picture of Peppa's family smiling outside their home. All seems normal until you look closely at the upstairs window. A small piglet is staring out, one we've never seen before. She's not George, not any cousin, and she never shows up in the show again. Some think she was Peppa's twin, but something clearly went wrong. Why would the family never talk about her? In a Peppa video game, her ghost-like shape even appears again. That shadow in the window might not be a random animation. Someone's still watching, maybe from inside. Number 2. The vegetable virus changed everything. Peppa's world might be the result of a science experiment that went way off track. Long ago, humans tried to escape death by turning themselves into part vegetable beings. It worked for a moment, but then something mutated. One of them came back twisted, craving more than just lettuce. That was Madame Gazelle. The virus spread, wiping out normal humans and replacing them with these strange animal-like creatures. Mr. Potato survived and decided to erase the past by creating a TV show. Now they all live inside a happy lie, singing songs while forgetting they were once human. Number 3. Humans are treated like props. Humans do exist in Peppa's world, but they've been pushed to the background, literally. You'll spot them dressed as cave people in museums or working quietly in random scenes, but they never speak. They don't have homes, jobs, or lives. It's almost like they've been stripped of everything and placed on display. If animals are the rulers now, maybe humans lost a war we never saw. Now they wear costumes and act like statues, while animals run the world. Peppa's cheerful town might actually be a place where humans live silently under animal rule. Number 4. Miss Rabbit isn't just one rabbit. Miss Rabbit is everywhere. Flying helicopters, driving trains, working in shops, even doing rescue missions. No sleep, no breaks, no help. It makes no sense, unless she's not one rabbit at all. Maybe she's a clone, part of a secret government program keeping Peppa's world running. Or worse, an AI planted to spy on the town. She's always nearby when something strange happens, and she somehow knows everything. If someone's watching everyone, tracking their moves, listening in, it's probably her. Behind that polite smile could be a network built to control everything, including the pigs. Number 5. Santa locked time on purpose. Peppa's had Christmas more than once, but she never gets older. George stays too. The tree goes up, snow falls, and it's somehow always the first Christmas again. Time in this world doesn't move, it resets. And the only one who can pull that off? Santa. He shows up every year, never misses a house, and seems to bend time with ease. Maybe he didn't just deliver presents. Maybe he froze the entire timeline. Now the characters live the same happy season forever, stuck in a festive loop while Santa watches it play out again and again. Number 6. Madame Gazelle never died. There's something off about Madame Gazelle, and it's not just her love of music. She doesn't show up in mirrors, she hasn't aged since Daddy Pig was a kid, and in her house hangs a photo of a man in old war clothes. The same face appears later in a museum painting from centuries ago. That's not a coincidence. She's been around for a long time, and so has he. Maybe he's hiding, maybe buried in a coffin under the school. Either way, Madame Gazelle isn't just immortal. She's part of something ancient still lurking in Peppa's bright little town. Number 7. Peppa lives after the end. Peppa's cheerful world might actually be what's left after everything went wrong. There are barely any humans, and every family is a different species. Animals talk, build houses, and run schools, but something feels off. It's possible this isn't a normal cartoon setting. It could be Earth after a disaster, where animals had to evolve fast or be wiped out. Over time, they became part human hybrids, replacing what used to be. That would explain the odd silence about the past. Under all the muddy puddles and bright colors, Peppa's world might be built on a ruined planet. And now, your golden nugget of wisdom from Peppa Pig. Even in a broken world, kindness still matters. Whether it's the end of civilization or just a bad day, looking out for each other is what keeps everything going. Helping someone smile, even when everything else feels dark, that's what makes you a real survivor. So here's a challenge for the comments. What's one small kind thing someone did for you lately that made your day better? All right, let's jump back in, because the next theory gets even messier than a muddy puddle. Number 8. Mr. Fox is hiding something. Mr. Fox runs a little shop full of junk, but he always shows up in strange places, like sneaking around chicken coops at night. His shop's logo looks oddly like the police warning seen in town. That's not just weird branding. It's a clue. And here's where it gets juicy. His son, Freddy, wants to be a police officer. In one flash forward, he's fully grown and wearing the uniform. So what happens when Freddy starts investigating real crime? He might end up catching his own dad. That's not just irony. That's a family secret waiting to explode. Number 9. Susie Sheep was built, not born. Susie Sheep has always been a little different. But look closely at her pajamas. There's an anchor symbol, the exact same one Grandpa Rabbit wears on his sailor hat. Odd match, right? Now add this. We never see Susie's dad, and no one explains where she came from. Grandpa Rabbit, on the other hand, builds submarines, rockets, and strange machines like it's no big deal. Maybe Susie isn't his granddaughter. Maybe she's his science project. If so, she's not just Peppa's best friend. She's a wool-covered experiment that somehow made it out of the lab and into the playgroup. Number 10. Peppa's aunt has history with Daddy Pig. In an old flashback, we see young Daddy Pig with a girl who clearly isn't Mummy Pig. But when Peppa asks, Mummy claims it's her anyway, even though the face doesn't match. The girl looks almost exactly like Auntie Pig. That's where it gets messy. If Daddy Pig dated his wife's sister, it explains a lot. Why Auntie Pig keeps her distance, why family dinners feel tense, and why no one ever talks about the past. Peppa might think it's all hugs and happy visits, but under the surface, this family's got drama that never made it to the episode list. Number 11. Daddy Pig might not be one person. At work, Daddy Pig is a skilled engineer. He talks about blueprints, solves big problems, and leads construction teams. But at home, it's like he's a completely different person. He forgets everything, breaks furniture, and can't even hang a picture without crashing through the wall. That's more than clumsy parenting, it's a full personality shift. One minute he's building cities, the next he's stuck in a hole. Something doesn't add up. Maybe he's living with two sides of himself, switching between them without knowing. If that's true, Daddy Pig isn't just confused, he might be hiding a split mind behind that silly snort. Number 12. Daddy Pig is secretly a superhero. Daddy Pig might act like a goofy dad, but his strength is completely unreal. In one episode, he jumps into a puddle so hard he launches into the sky, so high he nearly touches the sun. Another time, he tries to hang a picture and smashes straight through the wall like it's cardboard. That's not clumsy, that's superhuman. Maybe he wasn't always a quiet family man. Maybe he had a different life, one full of secret powers and epic jumps. If he's hiding a superhero past, then Peppa's bedtime stories might be closer to reality than anyone thought. Number 13. Peppa became the Tooth Fairy. When Peppa loses a tooth, a fairy shows up to take it. But look closer. Same eyes, same cheeks, same exact smile. Earlier in the episode, Peppa even says she wants to be the Tooth Fairy when she grows up. What if she actually did? Not just as a costume, but for real. If time doesn't work normally in her world, maybe future Peppa found a way to loop back and grant her own wish. It's weird, sweet, and completely terrifying, because that means Peppa isn't just magical someday, she already is, and she's been watching herself the whole time. Number 14. Grandpa Rabbit built more than boats. Grandpa Rabbit says he's just an old sailor, but nothing about him is normal. He builds submarines in a day, fixes rockets like they're toys, and somehow knows more science than anyone else in town. He's even worked directly for the Queen. That's not random. That's a man with clearance. It's possible Grandpa Rabbit used to be a top government engineer, designing secret tech before retiring into normal life. But old habits die hard. He's not just building for fun. He's still watching, still creating, and probably still working on things Peppa's town isn't supposed to know about. Number 15. The narrator controls more than the story. The narrator in Peppa Pig does more than talk. He reacts, questions, and sometimes sounds just as surprised as we are. He knows what everyone's doing, even before they do it. He speaks directly to the audience, but also seems inside the story. It's like he's both a viewer and a god. He never appears on screen, never gets mentioned, yet somehow sees everything. That's not just narration, it's omniscience. If Peppa's world is a bubble, then the narrator is the one floating above it, watching, guiding, and possibly shaping everything the characters do, without them even realizing it. And that's a wrap on Peppa's strangest secrets hiding in plain sight. But now we're wondering, what if your favorite childhood show was secretly hiding something even darker? Drop your wildest theory in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe, because we're only scratching the surface.